10 and 5. Nice to change it up. Get a bit more thinking in this one with the 5 seconds. Get the knight in. Still play the 10 zeros as well. And let's just push this, supporting the pawn, doubling the pawns now. So this is a weakness, but we like to use it as a strength or make it as a strength. Currently it's stopping the knight from jumping into here, so that is its strength at this moment in time as we're working towards trying to get to the end game. It's nice to try and get rid of it, but as we've seen with our games, it does eventually disappear, so it's no longer a weakness coming towards the end game. But we like it because it gives us access for half open files or open files, etc. Nice space to maneuver the bishops, although we're staying on the center most of the time. And it also gives them a false sense of what's the word, achievement, in that, oh, I've got them double pawned, and they start focusing in maybe the wrong areas. I'm going to bring the bishop here, x-raying through and through. Obviously the knight is just moving here. So just pay close attention to the so-called weakness here of these pawns. Yeah, the knight's just moved there, so it's just doing a dance. And it's looking maybe to come here at some point. So all the pieces are in front of the king, so they're giving the king some company. See that practical side of things? It's giving the pieces company, the king especially. Development of pieces. I'm going to bring the queen here. And, you know, knee-jerk reaction. If it was like a quick, silly bullet game type thing, I probably would have taken there and got the queen in there. And there's nothing that's happening, but it just feels good, you know, because then we've got the knight here, eventually squishing here, but the knight is still there at the minute, so we won't be able to do anything. But those are the types of things that you can try and attempt to practice just to unsettle the players. I'm going to bring the bishop back, although there's a lot of pawns here, so I think I'm going to bring it here. Ordinarily I'd be looking at like putting some pressure on the pawns here, but I suppose in a way it kind of stabilizes them and they wouldn't move this because we'd have a 2-on-1. It's attacking the bishop, so I don't mind them attacking the bishop. Let's just take it off the board. Just keep in mind the weakness that we have here, 2 pawns, doubled pawns. Because now the strength of the double pawn is no longer required and it's not stopping anything anymore, so we have to look at converting it at some point. Now that's a nice position for the knight, because now we can't hit here because the knight is just going to take. So we could just move the king in readiness for preparation for potential attacking towards the king, as well as pushing the pawn onto the knight. Taking the bishop anyway, so he's obviously seeing all of that. Taking with the queen, bearing in mind the weakness we have with the 2 pawns. So if over the board I've taken the option of doubling the pawns, that will be my whole focal point throughout the game, the doubled pawns. How can I get them elevated up the board and supporting each other and causing some damage? At the same time, obviously, I'm looking at trying to squish the king. So I'm going to bring this here. Now we've got like a nice little star shape. So I feel, well, that's not a bad situation. But it does have a dark square bishop, which at some point could be looking to come and do, you know, stuff like this. So we'd be babysitting the pawn. So we'd have to come here, but then this pawn is on a dark square as well. So I'll hang fire with that, but that's potential for where the bishop pawn is going to be going, just to jump into here. They don't have a knight, so it's not going to scare a knight away or anything like that. Our queen now is stuck behind our knight. I think we need to be making some inroads towards their king somehow. How best to do this? I think moving the knight out of the way, making space for potential queen movements, attacking the pawn, trying to make some movements towards the king might work. So they're not interested. Let's just push the pawn and see if we can get any doubling. So I'm going to take. I think they'll take with this pawn, not with that. Oh, they have done. Okay, so ownership of the file is key. So let's just bring the rook here. If they take with the queen. Just take. Alright, so still ownership of the file is key. So I'm going to bring the rook here. Just take. So they have a bishop and we have a knight. A flexible knight that should be able to dance around and deal with these pawns. But like we said, they have a dark square bishop and my pieces are on dark squares. So it could cause a bit of a problem. Are they looking to disrupt? We could bring the knight here. I'm just thinking the knight pawns are probably just going to come and stop it from jumping to here. I think it's just going to do this. If it does, we just jump back again. Jump back and think of something else. Oh, he's coming for the rook. And bring the king here. Supporting the rook. Ah, they're going for it. They're going for it. Takes. Oh, yeah, we lose everything. Gonna have to bring the knight. Good job, we got the king. Let's go for it. So endgame practice now. This is where most people will probably over the board will be going, oh, do you want to draw? Okay, I don't think they're gonna have too many here, but the focal point was the doubled pawns. Now are they going to be paying their worth? Could bring the knight here, because now there's no attack on this pawn. And their dark square bishop will be planning to do something like this to get these pawns off somehow. Even if we did this, he'll be looking to trade the pawns off using the power of the bishop because our pawns are on dark squares. Okay, so they've let us in. We could come here, there, but then his king just comes and supports. It's not much dice, really. Let's go here and see if there's any business. I don't know. Just don't know. I feel because they've got a dark square bishop, they might be slightly winning. Move the king up. Let's hit the king with a check. Going to go back again like that and baiting us to go there, and then he's going to sit there, and then he's got a 2-on-1 on the pawn. We don't even have to do that. Maybe do this, but then if he does do that, then the pawns are on white squares at least. Alright, so it looks like we're just dancing with the knight then. Just putting mini threats on the pawn. As the king moves to the side. Bishop has seen the light. It's coming here. And I don't think with our knight jumping here, he comes there, and we take, they take too many of their pawns. I don't have any other thing to take after that. It doesn't seem like it's a fair thing. I think they're going to just start pushing the pawn actually. Although it would be stopping the bishop from coming here. Don't need to panic, maybe. Oh no, it can still come here, can't it? The bishop. And hold the knight to ransom. So I'm going to run out of moves. I'm going to have to just keep going backwards and forwards. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just keep going backwards and forwards with the king. And do they have a rhythm of what? The double pawn thing might be working for us. Or am I missing something? We take. They start pushing. They start pushing. We leave. No, okay, we don't need to do anything. Looks like it's a draw to me then. I think they've given up. So the double, yeah, they start pushing, but I think we worked out. Unless there's some magic with this king supporting these pawns. Don't think there is any magic because we said if we go like this, then he's not getting here. And I can't get through. It looks like it's a little bit of a draw. Let's go. Is there something funky? No, there isn't. Let's go here. Let's go here. Go here. Here. We'll change his mind and just go here. Just for the fun of it. And we'll go here. And I will take that. No problem. Wonder what? I don't know. It felt like it was draw anyway, wasn't it? Because we're just taking stuff off the board, weren't they? Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, nice double pawns there. So as you can see, it's not too dangerous if you're mindful of it throughout the game. It's worse when you're not mindful of it and it creeps up on you and you're in the end game and you're like, oh no, I've got double pawns. Yeah, this was just like an exchange. It's basically a draw all the way through. They've got a plus thing here now with the bishop. This is what I really want to see because yeah, draw, flat draw. Yep, definitely can't beat myself up over that. Lovely. That's grand. Nice one. Good game.